All right, here we go. Match beginning. Or rather,
The
game beginning.
Rust.
SaDOlution versus Phallanx. Cressida versus Knightsbane Ovo.
Both players low on time. Both players saying good luck, have game, have game,
Have
have
game.
game, have game, good game, have luck. Three. Anyway,
Don't drop. No
important.
rush 20.
East versus West, no NG rush. More importantly, they are letting us know that it is game three. Thank you to both of those players. We see the lead-off wild shard from SaDOlution in this match. Both of these players playing for at least prestige and placement. This is one of the lower end matches, but they are playing for a shot at top 64, if I'm not mistaken. So that is fun and exciting for them. This is a 5-minute delay, so I have to break myself out of the habit of not talking about the hand. We do see the Feral Root Acorn being used to grab a Ruby Threshold here. Live Lyricist coming out onto the play. I want to butcher it every time I say it,
I
just to
like the
bother
lyricist.
I like the Lyricist. We see two of the cards in SaDOlution's hands, not what he wants here. Doesn't have any Ageless Troubadours or anything to accelerate him quickly up to those Walking Calamities, so they might just sit there for a while. And he is playing against that aggressive style of Ovo. I believe it was Ruby Diamond he was facing down last turn, so he's going to have to look at that and see how things play out here. We see the charge power being used here. And on turn 3, Titania's Majesty comes down. There's only 2 Calamities in the deck, tops here. Finds another Majesty. Shame he can't play that off of a Titania's Majesty. Give the Majesty the Chim ability and then play it again. That would be cool. That would balance out that card, I think. It's a little underpowered as it is. So we see Periwinkle hit the board. It will deal its 1 point of damage onto Phallanx.
But more importantly, it will copy things in the future.
Any 5 or higher cost troops that come into play will, of course.
Cards even, if you have.
Cards. Yeah.
Yeah. Elite Lyricist hitting for 1. I like the hand sorting. Just going, I want to play these over here, and these are for much, much later. You get the option, so why not sort your hand? What just discarded that Ruby Shard?
Phallanx might have ended his turn too quickly and just, instead of playing the shard, discarded it.
I mean, sometimes I blank out and almost skip my turn. That would imply that. That would mean forced discard, and that would mean getting rid of a shard. That's unfortunate, but the show must go on. But even still, turn 1, turn 2, nothing really from Phalanx. Did he have a turn 3 thing?
It's entirely possible. Now he's staring down a Highlands Black Belt as well as the Periwinkle and the Live Lyricist.
A blood for Phalanx. 3 of the shards Necrotic can use. And we see Yancey.
An interesting card. Yancey, the kind of troop you can't let through because the Murdertron is so hard to deal with. It's Yancey. We actually see that SaDOlution doesn't have a fantastic answer to this kind of situation. He does have a way to deal with it this turn. He can.
He does.
Yeah.
He may. I think that is the order of business. I think I would do it in a really interesting way. How would you do that? Does he? Yes, that is the thing. So Wings of the Phoenix.
Breath of the Dragon also worked, but Wings of the Phoenix, the slightly more optimal route.
Oh, but doesn't do it. Interesting. Committing to Wings, but not doing anything with it.
It's possible also that he doesn't want to play that kind of combo, that like he just wants to get more value out of it. Yancey's going to have a hard time swinging in here. He can, of course, chump with Periwinkle or Lithe if he needs to. But now here's an interesting thought. If I was going to swing with Yancey that turn, I think I'd have held that shard, but it doesn't look like he is going to swing with the Yancey. Just a thought, though, because sometimes you want to fake your opponent out when you're on that third resource, like, do I have it? Who knows?
Ooh, a little bit greedy for that value. May lose his Highlands Black Belt here. The combo we were looking at, of course, was Stinkhorn Soup with Wings of the Phoenix.
Well, you have to wonder here.
Oh, but no, he's going after Periwinkle.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you have Breath of the Phoenix and you're playing that on Phalanx's side of the board, you have no reason to assume that the Stinkhorn Soup combo is going to be a thing. You're much more afraid of Periwinkle doubling up a Crocosaur or a Majesty at this point.
That's true. That's ballsy, letting Murderbot through. Letting Yancey through, but he's spent his resources, so he can't actually make Murderbot. It costs 4 to do it, so I guess that's okay. Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing he got rid of Periwinkle, or he'd be facing 2 Crocosaur instead of 1.
He does just face the 1 here.
1's pretty scary as well, though.
Nom 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 nom.
Nom 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 nom.
We will see both Yancey and the Highlands Black Belt destroyed by this battle. Only 3 damage coming through, though. We'll see if Phallanx has an answer to this situation. Interesting to see all of these resource shards that he has available. All the different thresholds. And we see Pride's Fall coming out, destroying the Crocosaur.
A good piece of removal. Crocosaur.
Mm-hmm. Hoisted by his own petard, leaving only 3 damage available for the Black Belt and the Liveliers to swing through.
Every shard is closer to... He's looking at that three resources as if something might enter play, but I'm not really sure what it could be.
I mean, Stinging Ambush is a possibility, but you're not playing around it by swinging with the Highlands Black Belt here. It's kind of interesting.
What is the card in mind that isn't circumvented that is circumvented by not attacking with Lethal Assist? There's no repel in the format.
Titania's Majesty, I suppose. But that'd be an interesting thing to be playing around here.
I don't even think keeping Lethal Assist back will prevent that, because 10 from... No. Actually, it would be SaDOlution playing Titania's. I forget which deck is which. Of Sapphire Threshold coming out for Phalanx. Is it for fun? Is it for profit? We'll see.
Well, no, but I was just saying Phalanx could be running it. We don't know what's in this deck.
Huh? Titania's is only a single wild threshold. Why not play it? Why not splash? One of.
Mesa Lookout. Yeah, Mesa Lookout could have been the issue there.
Have we seen the Mesa Lookout today? It is actually fairly powerful, as in to stop early aggro. Is a
It's also
2/2
a
quick?
yeah. It's a quick 2/2, gains you health, would give defense to something, which could be a matter against
It itself becomes
Crocosaur.
2/4. Yep. Take it, take it. I want you to take it.
Maybe he's just playing safe with the Lithe Lyricist because he knows he's, just needs that one extra resource right now. We see the Duplicitous Duke come down onto the board, which will create a Duplicitous Duke, which will swing into the Lithe Lyricist and the Highlands Black Belt. Interesting that he chooses to shift that over to the Spirit Bound Spy for now. I think
It's
on this turn
cute.
you would, yeah.
Oh, and
Oh, and he
putting
reverts
it.
it. Oh,
He's got these
nice.
charges.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
spy,
go.
if he blocks spy,
It's just a little bit of damage coming through. It's kind of scary.
yeah, if he
It's
blocks
quite.
spy, it turns into a phantom. Well, the duplicated one will still get voided, but
Mm-hmm. But then you have double phantoms swinging through. We see the top deck from SaDOlution, not the shard he wants, cannot rub the Walking Calamity into Phallanx's face quite yet.
since there are two Highlands black belts, and it doesn't specify which black belt has to use which action, you can use the same one on the same two actions on the same black belt. You can do one of each. If it mattered, you can have them do each other's action. So we have breath and wings. Duplicitous Duke, having been reverted, represents a bigger threat, as a big thing can be played, power can be shifted to it. It will duplicate, and the copy has speed, even though it'll be it's potentially a lot. But no, it will be martyred, making the Spirit Bound Spy bigger and his copy.
Yep, in response, just, getting value out of his troop. Interesting, though, losing his martyr here, no longer able to use it as a defensive option against anything else. Now the Black Belt and the Lithe Lyricist will be able to swing in for free. They will deal 3 damage, bringing Phallanx down to an unhealthy total of 9. And we know that the troop he has to attack every turn, so he's left fairly weak and defenseless after that swing. And with 5 damage represented on SaDOlution's side of the board without anything else being played, and also the possibility of that Sting of the Manticore.
And now we are ready. We are prepared for the Necropolis tablet. Or what's the 6-cost artifact that lets you draw a card if you have every threshold?
The Necropolis tablet. We see that Black Belt get in the way, and we see a Phantom arise. Most optimally for Phallanx, that Phantom is ready and able to block. And we see this Titania's Majesty hits a Walking Calamity this late into the game. That will be 10 direct damage. It would take a very specific set of cards here, and Phallanx does not have them. He calls good game.
That martyr was self-used. And while it may not have prevented all of the Walking Calamities that could have gone in the next few turns, this one was a pretty important one. Titania's Majesty one. Yep, Phalanx saving Martyr for that, but decided to take the tempting Martyr target defensive. I'm being killed, but it turns out should have saved it. 2 clams in hand the entire game.
And that will actually be the last round of the tournament finished. I believe somebody is verifying right now that the top 8 bracket is indeed what it is.